Today we find ourselves on the Arizona Street Bridge at Canal Road. It's just past 2:45 on this weekday, and we are looking west along the canal and Canal Road, where 2 lanes of inbound cars are approaching us, headed toward the downtown, while 1 lane of outbound cars in the far lane are traveling west toward Chain Bridge. This bridge, incidentally, is now the Capitol Crescent Trail, which used to be the rail line from Silver Spring through Bethesda to Georgetown. As we move to the other side of the bridge, we see Arizona Avenue straight ahead, with 2 lanes of cars coming downhill, and 1 lane of cars going up the hill toward MacArthur Boulevard. These uphill moving cars can come from Canal Road inbound and Canal Road outbound as they get their own green light. In the middle of the day, cars coming downhill on Arizona Avenue have the option of turning left onto Canal Road to head downtown, or right onto Canal Road toward Chain Bridge. But now, as we move further along, we see the red "Do Not Enter" signs that became illuminated at 2:45 just a few minutes ago. On that signal, inbound cars are not allowed to travel east toward the downtown, but must turn left onto Arizona Avenue. As all of this is happening on the east side of the bridge, on the west side, a remarkable transformation is taking place. The 2 inbound lanes of cars on Canal Road must gradually become only 1 lane. The right-hand lane. And what had been the center inbound lane must now become an outbound lane for cars coming from Arizona Avenue and Canal Road, each line moving on its own green light. As this shift is taking place between 2:45 and 3 p.m., there will be times when the 2 lanes coming down the hill on Arizona Avenue will want to turn right onto their 2 lanes of Canal Road going west. But in doing so, they will find that the center lane is still full of cars coming from the west, also wanting to turn left onto Arizona Avenue. The result can be honking, arm waving, hand motions, and angry faces. Then, miraculously, as 3 p.m. arrives, all the cars seem to settle into their appropriate lanes. To do these drivers justice, we must understand that each driver is busy about many things and anxious to get where they're going. They, and we, come from a world in which individualism and individually operated cars are the norm, and driving is regarded as an individual action, not a communal one. This individualistic approach to driving believes that I, the driver, am entitled to arrive at my destination as efficiently as possible, regardless of how my driving affects other drivers. The communal approach to driving is grounded in the principle that we are all headed to our own destinations, and that our helping one another do so through courteous and safe driving benefits us all. In today's first reading, St. Paul recounts Jesus' advent and demise blaming the adversarial attitude of the elite of his day. By implication, we might say that he blames all sorts of adversarial attitudes, including that of today's drivers. In the Gospel, Jesus reminds his disciples at the Last Supper not to let their hearts be troubled, that he cares for them always in this world and in the next. Driving, like so much present-day human life, is adversarial, placing individual desires and preferences to the fore. The consequence is that we have much that troubles us, not least the necessity of driving. This week's Washington Post reports the start of a trial of a limousine operator in rural New York State. He is accused of criminally negligent homicide in the deaths of 20 people on their way to a birthday party 5 years ago. The limousine was headed down a hill, the brakes failed, and the vehicle careened through a stop sign and into a parked SUV, pushing it into a number of trees, where the vehicle finally stopped. One family lost 4 sisters and 4 sons-in-law, and all those killed were known to one another and to the other birthday party guests. Predictably, the limousine owner, the driver, the repair shop, and the state inspection board all blamed one another. But what is clear is that hell on wheels on the road can happen anywhere, anytime, and that it can be matched by the slow revolutions of the wheels of justice that can bring only minimal sense of closure, if any. We are fortunate to know the Good Shepherd and to hear Jesus urge us not to let our hearts be troubled. In some instances, that can seem like little aid, but without it, we have nothing. In this Easter season, the risen Jesus has gone before us, and he remains with us, and that is good news indeed.